Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we're discussing a limited edition of 2032 pieces launched in 2018. This is part of the Olympic Games collection for 2018. Of course, Omega, the Olympic Games timekeeper since 1932, hence the 2032 pieces in the edition. 5 of these were made, each in one of the Olympic colors: red, blue, green, yellow, and black. This is the black model, and technically this is the Omega Seamaster official timekeeper model. So it was part of that set of 5, each limited, with an aesthetic inspired by a 1970s Omega timekeeping stopwatch created specifically for the Olympic Games of that period. And this is a very conservative Seamaster that actually has a lot more in common with the original watches of 1948 to 1957. Before the Seamaster became a dive watch line, it was generally a highly water-resistant all-arounder or dress watch, and this has all of those qualities. Now, in stainless steel, this watch is 39.5 millimeters in diameter. It's 12 millimeters thick, which makes it one of the thinnest modern Omega coaxials. And then from lug tip to lug tip, it is 44.5 millimeters with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now, on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that the watch wears nicely. It's quite narrow across the wrist, really. Being so short, a woman could wear this. You can wear it on a smaller wrist. I'm going to endorse it for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. And on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, the true angle is this down the barrel, where you can see how much clearance I have on each side. The cuff shot proving the watch will easily slide under a dress cuff, and this is one of the dressiest modern Seamasters. It's got a strap in leather with perforation, an interesting touch that gives it a little bit of a 1970s period vibe. Of course, a stopwatch wouldn't have had this back in the 70s, but a wristwatch from that period would have, and I think that's part of what they're trying to evoke. We've got a contrasting stitch, black calfskin, a little bit of bolstering to add some volume. You can see on the bottom, calfskin again, no crimping, no gouging, a brand new Omega factory strap. We've got a stainless steel buckle with the Omega logo, easy to adjust on the fly. Individual numbering engraved into the case, so each one is slightly unique. We have a satin case band, tapered lugs, and this is a very fine and elegant take on the so-called lyre style lugs, which have inward and outward bevels, and you can see that outward bevel polished running the full length of the case and swelling on the lugs. The bezel is domed. We have a dramatic bubble-like sapphire to evoke a vintage plexiglass, and then a crown with a combination of polish and media blast and a little bit of a pocket watch-like onion profile. It's got that onion-like crown aesthetic. The dial is unloomed. It is lacquered. It is two-tone. You can see the Olympic rings down at the base. One of the few non-loomed Seamasters you're going to run into, but I did mention that this is a more formal, conservative, and dress-oriented Seamaster. We have that evocative vintage-inspired two-tone set of lacquered hands. You can see a combination of lacquered black at the center and then white. We have individually vertically oriented Arabic numerals with the one down at 6 o'clock replaced by the date window, counterweighted Lancet style seconds hand, and then we have sectors outboard for reading the minutes as well as the seconds. Now, flipping all of this over, you can see the case back. Same movement you find in the Seamaster Diver 300 meter coaxial 8800. Automatic winding, you can see it uses ceramic bearings on the rotor bearing for high efficiency and low maintenance, 55-hour power reserve. It does include a hacking or stop seconds function, as well as a quick set date. 35 joules, it's braced against shock with a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance, effectively amagnetic to over 15,000 Gauss. It is a master chronometer, which means it has gone through the full Maytaz battery of standards. Now, that encompasses the COSC, but it goes much further. 6-position testing of the fully assembled watch, so a more demanding chronometry trial, but also water resistance, winding efficiency, power reserve, shock resistance, and anti-magnetism. Maytaz is the one-stop shop for everything you need your watch to do from a durability and chronometry standpoint. Single barrel movement, beat rate of 25,200 vibrations per hour, specific to Swatch Group brands that use silicone hairsprings, and it does have a silicone hairspring, the balance staff, the balance, and the escapement all anti-magnetic, tri-level coaxial as envisioned by George Daniels, tangential friction on impulse rather than the sliding friction on a conventional Swiss lever, improves power reserve, chronometry, reduces maintenance requirements, and this is the tri-level with the final driving gear coaxial and superimposed over the two escape wheels. Finally, you can see that it is a movement designed with arabesque Côte de Genève blackened as well as polished screws, and we have an aluminum ring outboard of the movement, and this is designed to display all of the host cities and the years that Omega has been timer since that first outing as the official timekeeper in 1932. The watch, though it has a push-down crown, is 60 meters water resistant, so given Omega's assurances, surface swimming only, but you're still going to have to put a different strap on it to make it water tolerant. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.